So I have a question around that, and I would like all the gentlemen on the panel to weigh in on that, because I hear men have that conversation, and then I also hear men talk about how there's a certain lack of trust when they find their woman after they've attained success. So, like, what are we really teaching, preaching in
All
terms of
right.
men finding their person?
So I preach the opposite. What AP just did is the equivalent of women telling you you have time to find your husband. So that is a, I don't know what they call it, is if I'm using the right word, a trope. That is what is ideal. That is actually what is ideal. Everybody, for some reason in the black community, keeps saying that you should do all of this stuff after you've achieved. It is a large part of your achievement process that you find yourself a partner.
This is something that was on Fresh and Fit. I guess this is a thing that has come out about how men should move in order to be successful.
The quickest path to becoming a high value man: do not get married, avoid family creation, vasectomy in your 20s, lift consistently, eliminate all sedations, learn game and networking, play to your strengths, build.
Okay, so I know you guys looked a certain kind of way on number 3. They did not agree with the vasectomy. Like nobody, they unanimously did not agree with that part. So let's take number 3 out. Let's just forget that was even a part of it. But that goes into the question I think that Enos was stating, right? Enos, does that kind of go into?
Yeah, but I don't understand why number 3 would be taken out. I think that for all of the men who talk about women who choose to carry children that they did not want, vasectomies are reversible. That is the number one way to protect yourself from having an unplanned, unwanted family. Like, I don't, why,
one of my friends.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would remove that. Like, it's
okay. That's a good way of looking at it. But keep it in there.
Yeah, you can only control yourself, and like relying on somebody else controlling themselves is like a really crazy way to move in this world, to be honest.
Okay, so I guess I'll jump in first. So I may not have said it properly. I don't know. Maybe I used the wrong words. Maybe I did something like Ebony did. When I say moving your purpose, what I mean is when find that purpose. That doesn't mean that somebody's not going to come along while you're finding that purpose. That doesn't mean that you ignore it when she shows up. What it means is you don't go chase it.
Okay.
Don't go chase it. It's always going to be there. There's always going to be a woman. And if a woman finds that you're moving in your purpose, there's always going to be a woman wanting to know more about you. Not just about what you do in bed, not just about what you can get for her, but genuinely wants to know more about you. That's the woman that you will say, "Hey, let's go to this nice restaurant. I got something I want to do," and then you do that one knee or whatever the hell they do these days, right? Um, but that doesn't mean you ignore it when it's in front of you. In regards to the vasectomy, yeah, it's reversible, but I'd say be more disciplined with what you're doing with your manhood, and just make smarter choices. Like that's the answer. And I know Trigger Mike disagrees with this one a little bit, but I believe in being disciplined, being smart. You can't, and what you get a vasectomy, that's not going to stop you from getting anything that can crawl up into that little tiny little wee wee hole you got.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm just saying in general on that number 3, because that would suggest that men are then going to just basically go and damn near everything raw and not have to worry about a kid.
That's exactly
That's not
what's
the
gonna
only
happen.
damn thing you got to worry about.
That's exactly what's gonna happen, bro.
So do you guys agree with that list though? But I know we're
Absolutely
so
not. So here's
No,
the
not
thing
most of it.
about
I don't.
look at the name at the top. So one thing we have to do with this whole manosphere red pill movement is that I do not like this whole monolithic sense. You're red pill, you're manosphere. Take a look at what people are saying and what they are preaching. There are different people. There are different sectors and subjects that people like, and the crazy part about it is that that's the way they actually keep their life. Rollo Tomasi, Myron Gaines, all like some of these dudes have no kids, and they are literally to this day old as shit, like Rollo Tomasi. Not really middle age, but around the age, late 30s, early 40s. Myron Gaines. This is the way they want to live their life, and they're preaching it for men that want to listen. There's no way in hell most men will agree with this entire list, because what I heard, this is the idealistic view of a high value man. And the funny part about it is that this is like I don't know, because most CEOs have families, right?
That's what I was going to ask. Don't most high value
exactly. This is not like a basically what I heard here was
Playboy high value.
Exactly. Create a broken home, because in fact, this is unrealistic. It's idealistic and unrealistic, and it goes against human nature. All right. Because what's going to happen is, no matter how much you think you're going to be focused, the distraction is going to be a woman. It's going to be a woman. All right. So you're going to create a broken home when you do have a child with her. You're going to be overly focused on looks and self-preservation, which means you're going to be overly selfish, which isn't good for anybody. And you're basically learning how to have everything and have nothing at the same time. You will have a dying legend and not a lasting legacy with this particular list. All right. So the last part about follow your goals and all of your strengths is good. But the bad part is that they look at women as who they actually are, which is a distraction, but not teaching men how to deal with it. Right. So it's ideal to say, wait till you're done with everything until you have children. But that's not ideal at all. Especially if you can't trust the woman that you're going to get with by that time. She likely does not like you for your characteristics. She does see you as a wallet, because that's how you market yourself to everybody. So, it's a lot. Yeah, vasectomy in your 20s, like what? That's like mutilation. I don't know what to say to this.
The reason I say not against it is because a lot of people don't have the discipline to make sure they always wear a condom, and some people even become desensitized and can't remain with the condom. I didn't do it. I just did my patented fill it up with water, tie it, clean it, check it, and then take it with me and dispose of it later. But not everybody gonna do that every single time. So
what? Wait, go run that list back.
That's one step short of Drake and the hot sauce.
So I take it off, go to the bathroom, fill it up with water, then clean it and squeeze and like use the paper towel or the Kleenex or the tissue to see if any drippage was on the towel, and I put it in my pocket and take it with me.
I don't know why I thought you was about to reuse that sucker. Oh, my bad.
No, I'm not gonna diminish me.
Save this for later.
Diminishment. The diminishment.
All right.
I'm not putting that motherfucker in my pocket.
Did anybody else want to give their input on the list? Because I want to kind of whip it up a little bit.
Can you put it up one more time for me real quick? Though?
Some people are saying this is the quickest way to become a high value man. Sure. So when you say high value, yes, this is a list for that. I'm telling you, the average man is going to get tripped up on number 2. Like, they're not going to make, you have to have an extreme amount of discipline to strategically follow this list.
Remove number 1, move number 6 to number 1, take out number 2, take out number 3.
Somebody say
I think the rest is solid.
I literally just saw a video that said that
Robert, how do you know that?
They use condom.
You know that?
I just literally today I saw on Instagram a guy saying that he did, and then he's looking like, y'all never did that? Like, if you only had one and you knew somebody else was coming, so you just rinsed it out and reused it?
Never.
It's extremely hard. First off, that's how you end up breaking in the first place, trying to put it back on unrolled.
That's disgusting for the woman. He's protecting himself, but the woman is protected.
Hold up.
She caught it.
He tried it, right?
Listen, he just gave straight out instructions And then he was like, I've never tried it. The way you just explained it, like you just knew. And then you came and was like, well, I never tried it. What?
Wait, what do you mean? Like
Mike,
never
you
tried to put it on the
you tried to put it back.
Bruh. You was like, I never tried it. That's one of the best ways to break it. Stretch it out and put it unrolled. And then try to put it on.
What I'm saying is once it's unrolled, so if you only have one and then you take it off, and she's like, oh, I thought we was going again. And you're playing with it, fiddling with it, and then you try to put it back on and your finger goes through it. You're like, well, that's it for the night. My bad. I'll bring you one next time.
You were successful at putting it back on before.
It just sounds like
I gotta call Cap on that's the end of the night.
Oh well, okay, yeah. Once tried it. I'm not about to fiddle with that thing. Like, no, I need a new one. Thank you. Once it's taken off, it's worthless to me. I'm sorry. I'm not reusing it.
Hilarious. Okay, anybody else want to
Well, my question is, if you're trying to become a high value man, based on, we've had these conversations about high value men, didn't like with actually even looking at some of the Instagram videos that they said that one of the things that will help you along is the right woman. So not getting to marry, I understand that, or just having kids, but part of being that high value man is also choosing the right woman.
to help me.
Absolutely. So
I won't disagree with
so
that at all.
actually, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take back what I said. It's absolutely wrong. It's wrong because the greatest wealth builder, and this is proven, is marriage to the right woman. We could say, but for the average person, we'll say to a working woman. I asked on my show. I said, anybody ever saved $60,000 in 1 year? Raise your hand. And my hand was the only one that went up. Now I have absolutely no problem saying that it's because I pay all the bills and my wife makes a lot of money. When her money comes to the account, I don't know what to do with it. So I just put it in savings because I don't need it for nothing. And that is the greatest wealth builder. When I get a good stock tip, when my boys call me up like, yo, you better get, I'm like, well, I done put all this money into my business, all this money here. Oh, there's money in my account to invest. I'm going to go use that money that's in savings. That is the greatest wealth builder. That men cannot outpace that by themselves. You can't. One has never been greater than two in that sense.